Hey guys, and welcome back to the second and final part of I Was Claimed by a Skinwalker by Bloodhunter62. If you missed the first part of I Was Claimed by a Skinwalker, then please click the link and you'll be redirected so you can hear that portion of the story. As a note of caution, the story is quite graphic and mentions suicide. Viewer discretion is advised. But now, let's continue Jake's story. My name is Jake Payne, and I was claimed by a Skinwalker. I was 22 years old then, and in my final year of college at Clemson University. I had 3 amazing friends and a beautiful girlfriend who meant the world to me. We decided that on our last day of college, we should go do something fun. So, we decided to go camping up north. And that was the biggest mistake we could have ever made. All of my friends were brutally murdered at the hands of the Skinwalker, their bodies being horribly mangled and put on display like trophies. My girlfriend was killed. Her skin became a disgusting flesh suit for the beast. It used her to get close to me and horrifically disfigure me. I was forced to destroy the beautiful face of my girlfriend. She was the love of my life, and I killed her. It's been 5 months, and I still live with that pain and those memories of that week. Not a day goes by where I don't think about ending it all. I toss and I turn every night, begging for forgiveness. My dreams are plagued by these memories. Every time I close my eyes, I see Corey, mangled and disfigured beyond recognition. I also see Aljo, his entrails hanging from his torn gut, eye sockets bloody and empty, and his jaw is broken and loose, hanging from the side of his face. I see Chase, as well. Bloody holes where his nose, ears, and eyes should be. I hear them plead for mercy, screaming in eternal agony. I wish we've never gone on that camping trip. They would still be alive and happy if it weren't for that goddamn trip. It's all my fault. I was the one who suggested it. They didn't even want to go, but I pressured them into going. The only reason I'm still alive is because I'm too much of a coward to pull the damn trigger. I don't even have the money to pay someone to do it for me. I'm just a waste. I get out of bed and go to the kitchen to make some coffee. I make a fresh pot and then pour myself a cup. Sitting on the couch and sipping my coffee, I think about the future. It's not something I usually do, especially considering how much I've been wanting to die lately. I'll need a job if I'm gonna keep living like this. It's not like anyone will actually hire me though. Look at this. I gently run fingers along the scar lining my cheek and the hole where my eye once was. I can't even go out in public without children screaming or hiding behind their parents at the sight of me. Others gasp and steer clear of me. Hell, I can even clear out whole restaurants just by walking in. I'm a monster. Later that day, I decided to find a job. I put my resume out there and applied for a few different jobs, such as providing tech support or even working the suicide hotline. I thought that way people wouldn't have to look at me, and I can still help people. I just feel so useless now. This lets me help people, even if I can't help myself. That night, I decided to take a hot shower before bed. As I entered the shower, I winced as the water hits my body. The heat does not feel very good on my scars. I tough it out, and it actually starts to feel quite nice. I get out after a few minutes, and then head to bed. Laying down, I turn on some relaxing music and start to drift off. I gaze at my surroundings. I'm back in the forest. Oh no, I think to myself. This cannot be good. As I take in the setting, I begin to walk around. The ground feels wet on my bare feet, and I think I can hear something. It sounds like screaming, This really doesn't feel right, I think to myself, as I begin heading in the direction of the screaming. After 5 minutes of walking, the screams don't seem to be any closer than they were before. What the hell? As I think about what I should do next, the screams suddenly get much louder. It sounds like they're coming from all around me, as if a group of howling banshees were surrounding me and getting closer every second. I put my hands to my ears and cowered in fear and pain, and just when I think my eardrums are gonna burst, it stops. I slowly open my eyes, looking around me to make sure it's gone. It's then that I see it. The source of the screaming, standing in front of me, is Corey, except she isn't the sweet, innocent girl I once knew. Her mouth is frozen in a chilling scream. Blood leaked from her eyes, nose twisted and broken across her once beautiful face. Her neck is torn open, revealing her tongue pulled down through her neck in a fashion resembling a bow tie. Her left breast is missing, exposing a bloody mess of exposed muscle and bone beneath. The left side of her torso is also ripped open, her entrails hanging out like ropes over the edge of a cliff. Below her waist, her right thigh has an arrow sticking through it to the other side. A chunk of muscle is stuck on the arrowhead. Her left kneecap is twisted around to the other side of her knee, as if it was grabbed forcefully and moved there. The left shin is snapped in half, bone having torn through the flesh, and it sticks out towards me. I quickly look away and puke up my dinner, along with some blood and bile. I gather my strength and turn to run, but I find that she's already there. I turn and I run in the other direction, but she's there as well. No matter where I turn, she's always there. I'm surrounded, and I can't do anything but look down to avoid her grisly sight. As I collapse to my knees, the screaming begins again. The inescapable screams of pain echo throughout my skull. I jolt awake and run to the bathroom, and I splash some cold water on my face and look in the mirror. Who am I? I think to myself. I return to the bedroom, turning on the lights and checking the clock, and it reads 2:30 a.m. I turn on the TV and I search for something to watch, not daring to go back to sleep. I eventually find something to watch and I settle down. The next morning, I get a call back with a job offer. I accept and I agree to start the following Monday. I wake up on Monday and head down to the call center. I get some nasty looks on the way, but I just simply ignore them. I'm getting used to the public perception, and I care less every day. I'm gonna help someone today, I think to myself with glee. I can't help but smile at the thought of saving someone's life. This job at the suicide hotline is a blessing and a second chance to do some good. I arrive at the call center, and I'm greeted by a beautiful young woman with bronze skin, short black hair, and emerald green eyes. She seemed to be about 5'4", and looked at me like a normal person. It's like she didn't even notice the scars on my face, and it actually makes me quite happy. "Hello, sir. I presume you're Mr. Payne?" she asked with a cheerful tone. Yeah, that's me," I respond, still taken aback by how normal she's treating me. "Very well, sir. Follow me." The woman leads me back to a small cubicle in the corner of the room. In it is a small desk with a phone, a nameplate, a coffee machine, and a coffee mug. "Here you are, sir," the woman says. "Will that be all?" Wait just a second. I start. "Why are you treating me so normally? Do you not see the scars or something?" She takes a moment before answering. "I know better than to judge people for their appearance, especially when it comes to scars," she says, lifting her shirt a little to show me the long scar along her ribs. I'm stunned for a second, but soon collect my thoughts and smile. "I see. Well, thank you, Miss Kien. My name is Lana Kien." I think it's a very beautiful name. Thank you, Miss Kien. I get on with my day at the call center, talking with people who are suicidal for all different reasons. Some are going through a breakup. Some are grieving dead family or friends. Others simply are sick and tired of living. One by one, I talk them through their problems and help them find other options to help with the pain. When my shift ends, I feel satisfied with myself for the first time in a long time. I can finally help people, and that makes me genuinely happy. I'm walking out the door of the call center when I hear someone call my name. I turn around to see Lana walking up to me. "Hey, Jake! You did a great job today," she said cheerfully. I smile. "Thanks. I'm glad I get the chance to help people every day." "Well, it's good to see someone so caring," she beamed at me. "I'll see you tomorrow, Jake." I finally get home and I take a shower before getting into bed. And I think about Lana. She's really nice to me. It's a welcome change of pace from the hell and disgust I receive from everyone else. I actually feel accepted for the first time since the Skinwalker. I smile as I drift off to sleep. I scan my surroundings. I'm in some sort of cave, it seems. I spot a light off in the distance. It flickers like that of fire, the orange light dancing around the walls of the cave. I try and move, but find that my hands are nailed to the wall. As I try to pull them free, the nails grind against my bones and tendons. I grunt in pain, but I try to keep silent. I don't know what's out there, but I don't want to find out. I jerk my head back and forth, and I hear what sounds like footsteps. Shit. The light dances its way along the walls, closer and closer. The flame of the torch comes into view, followed by a figure I know all too well. As Blair approaches me, I feel a mix of anger, sadness, and fear rising up inside me. She smiles an unnaturally wide smile at me and speaks. "Did you think you could escape me that easily?" It's a voice that chills me to the bone. "Did you actually think you could be happy without me?" It's taunting me, playing some sick game with my head. Suddenly, she lunges at me, tearing open my throat. I struggle to breathe and gasp for air as I cough up blood. She just stands there, smiling as I drown in my own blood. I spit at her, but she just keeps smiling. I awaken on my bedroom floor, covered in sweat and gasping for air. I guess I rolled off my bed in a panic to breathe. I try to push myself up off the floor, but I can't. I give up and I just lay there for the rest of the night. The next day, I walk into the call center and I find Lana standing there waiting for me. I smile at her as I approach her. She wears the same bright smile as before. "Hey Jake, you ready to help people again?" I smile and reply, "You know it, Lana." She smiles and walks me to my desk. "See you at the end of the day, Jake." "Later, Lana." It's another long and fulfilling day of helping people. I end my shift and I meet Lana at the door. "Hey, Lana. How are you doing?" I ask. "Pretty good, but I'm sure the people you talked to today are feeling much better," she says with a wink. I laugh and I say, "You give me way too much credit, Lana." We laugh and then we say our goodbyes. As I walk into my house, I feel happy. For the first time in a long time, I can actually say I enjoy something. I have a new light in my life. A new thing to look forward to. A new reason to get out of bed each morning. I smile to myself and I headed to the bedroom, hot shower waiting for me. That night, I fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow. I open my eyes, and I find that I'm nose to nose with Blair, her piercing yellow eyes staring back at me. I jerk my head back in fear, only to hit it on the wall behind me. I look down at my wrists and find them bolted to the wall. I return my attention to Blair, who is still staring at me with a wicked smile etched into her greasy face. "Hey, Jakey, how you doing?" She doesn't wait for me to respond before adding, "That's great, hun. Now, let's talk about this new bitch in your life." I lunge towards her at the mention of Lana, and I feel a sharp pain in my wrist. "Calm down, Jakey. No need to get yourself hurt." She seems nice, so I'll leave you two alone for now. You have my word. I awaken in a pool of sweat and lay there for a few seconds. I think back to Blair's words. Will it actually leave? I think to myself as I reach up and wipe the sweat from my face. Ugh. I look at my wrist, finding it limp and broken. I try to move it again, and pain just shoots right through my arm, like an Iron Maiden is being clamped on it. I get dressed and head to the hospital. They take some unnecessary x-rays and then put it in a cast. This sucks a lot, I think to myself. I head to the call center the following day. As I walk in, Lana goes up to greet me. "Hey, Jake." She stops when she sees the cast. "Oh my God, what happened?" she asked. "I got it caught. Behind the microwave. Yeah, that's what happened, the microwave." I gave a pathetic smile. I've never been a good liar, but I can't seem to let her know what actually happened. So how exactly did you do that?" she asked, visibly holding back the laughter. "Hey, how about we talk about this over dinner later?" I ask, trying to salvage the situation. "I'd like that," she responds, smiling. The rest of the day goes by as usual. At the end of the day, I meet up with Lana at the entrance. "So, where are we going?" she asks. "How about we get some sushi?" I suggest. "Alright, lead the way, Jake." When we get to the restaurant, we take a seat at the bar. A few drinks in, and she asks me what really happened to my hand. I tell her about my night terrors, and that I rolled off the bed and landed on it. It's kinda true, I think to myself. She buys it, and we finally get our food. We have a great time at dinner, and she says she'd like to do it again sometime. And I smile at her and respond with a slurred, "Definitely." I get home, and I go straight to bed. And as I fall asleep, I picture Lana smiling at me. Nothing can take this away from me, I think to myself. That night, I didn't have a single nightmare. I woke up with a smile on my face, and I thought to myself, this is the start to something really great. The next few weeks are amazing. I end up going out with Lana every night, and I've never had any nightmares again. I look forward to each and every single day I have with Lana. I wake up with energy, and I make breakfast before heading to the call center. I walk in and I hug Lana. We talk for a few minutes before hugging once again, and then we go our separate ways. The rest of the day is normal, and we meet up at the end. Lana and I go out for drinks and have a great time. We ended up taking 1 or 2 shots more than we probably should have. Hey, Jake, she said through slurred words. I really don't think I should be driving tonight. Do you live nearby? I smile and take her hand, leading her towards my house. She blushes and follows along. We get to my house and head straight to the bedroom. We have a great time and then fall asleep in each other's arms. I open my eyes and I find Blair staring at me, smiling that twisted smile. "Oh, Jakey, you seem so happy," she says in a sarcastic tone. "Now, I know I said I'd leave you alone, but I just had to see you one last time. Just to wish you good luck." I lunge at her, finding that my hands are no longer bound. I wrap my hands around her neck and squeeze with all my strength. I feel her windpipe caving in, her vertebrae snapping and popping under my fingers. She pleads for me to stop, but I can't. I see the life fading from her emerald green eyes and feel at peace. She stops moving, and I smile. I open my eyes. What is this? I stare down at my hands, locked around Lana's throat. Her beautiful eyes, once full of life, stared blankly back at me. I slowly released her neck and looked at my hands. I can't think. This isn't real. I stand up and start pacing, running my hands through my hair. This can't be real. This can't be real. I start slapping myself. Wake up. Please, just wake up. I fall to my knees and start crying. Please, please just wake up. I turn and I look under the bed. I reach under and take out my last hope. At least I can end the pain. A few minutes later, everything's ready. I slip the noose over my head and look over at Lana. And I say with the deepest sadness, "I love you." And then everything goes black.